What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ra, and I want to thank you guys for coming back for another episode of Recovery with Ra. Today, I'm going to get into a little bit more about how I got started with drugs and addiction, how it all began. Because since it's only my second episode, I feel for some of my stories to make sense down the line, it's only right that you guys get to know me just a little bit better. So, it all started when I was about 14 years old. I used to go to the gym. I used to play sports. I used to do all that stuff. And one day when I was playing football and I was hitting the weight room and stuff like that, I actually hurt my back. I hurt like my rotator cuff. It wasn't like any broken bones or any serious injury, but there was this one pain. I still have it till this day. There was this one pain. I think I was lifting too much weight, so I might have lifted it the wrong way, whatever the case was. Um, at first I tried to just play it off, let it rock. Maybe, it would go away on its own. Couple days went by, still not going away. I tried like putting an ice pack on it. It wasn't swollen, but I figured, let me try that. I tried getting, like a massage for it. And then it got to the point where I went to a doctor. And this idiot doctor, man, for some reason, the guy decided to prescribe me Vicodin. Worst move ever. Now, that plays a big part in my mentality on doctors and how it's run more like a business in the United States rather than really what's best for the patient. What kind of a doctor prescribes a 14-year-old child Vicodin? I mean, it's just crazy. But anyways, if anything, you know, he should have prescribed muscle relaxers if he was gonna go that route, because it was something with the muscle in the first place. Yeah, I was in a lot of pain, but that just doesn't make sense for him to start me off with something that's a narcotic that's just so, addicting right off the bat. So, I'm 14 years old and I take my Vicodin, and my family, they didn't really think nothing of it because I was, never into like drugs like that. Like I've smoked weed before. Um, I guess maybe I kind of skipped that one. Weed is definitely a gateway drug. Um, it opens your minds to other things. Same thing with alcohol. We were drinking at the age of 14. I remember having crazy parties and stuff like that with the seniors, all at our house, my neighbor's house. Whoever says weed or alcohol is not gateway drugs, I disagree. It pretty much opens your mind to accepting, like, all right, let me put this toxic chemical into my body and feel euphoria from it. So it's definitely a gateway drug. But anyway, yeah, okay. So I smoked weed, before. But other than that, I was never really like addicted to weed. I enjoyed it, but I was never like, oh, I can't go without it. I need it. It was never like that. I was selling a lot of weed at that time. I was doing a lot of stuff, but the pills is what really got me, man. So, alright, so the doctor prescribed me the Vicodins, and he due to my, it was like based on your body weight and your health and all that crap. This guy, he started me off with Vicodin 10 milligrams. He could have started me off with 5. He started me off with 10 milligrams, which is still pretty high. For someone that has no tolerance or anything, that has never taken an opiate in their life, that's pretty crazy. Um, so my addiction pretty much started off legit. Like, it wasn't like, oh, let me just see what pills do to you and take them. It wasn't like that. Nah. Mine started off with a legit injury, and then you know, I even did. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I also did a little bit of physical therapy. That's where the massage sessions. They put those electro things. You know, those like little circle electrodes. They give you the remote, and you could, increase, decrease the voltage. I did that too, and it wasn't working. So his last option, I guess, was to give me that. I'm not sure, but I don't have this scripted, so I'm just kind of rewinding and going back in my head. And let me just tell you, man, my memory is shot. So, I'll get to that as well, but my memory is shot. I've had a couple seizures and stuff like that. So, from some of these medications, from the withdrawals, and yeah, anyway. So, okay, so here I am, 14 years old, and I'm taking Vicodin, and now, I take them, and next thing you know, you get that warm feeling, man. You get that feeling that you were looking for. It's like, it's like the pain is gone. You get this warm, like, rush through your body. You're just, everything is great. Your euphoria levels are up here, your dopamine, all that, your serotonin, all of that stuff is through the roof. And I went through the bottle so quick. Like it says take one, I take like three. Next day I take four. Next day I take five. Next day, it's crazy. Like, then I started buying them on the street. Then I got introduced to Percocets, um, and same thing. They were fives, tens, and now at this time they used to have the OxyContin 80s, and I would get into the OxyContin 80s. They were these little green pills, and they were these time release, and they were very strong pills. You used to scratch off, the time release, and it would be an instant release. You break it in half, you take it. They also had like the OxyContin, oxycodone 30 milligrams, which were the Roxys, and the 15 milligrams. They had 5, 10, they had all of them, but usually 15 and 30 was what was going around. And ever since I took that, it was like boom, like that was my thing. For those of you guys that don't know, opiates are downers. It's pretty much synthetic heroin. Um, there's no going around it. And since it's synthetic heroin, after your tolerance builds up, after years and years and years of taking this stuff, your body stops producing, your body naturally stops producing that serotonin and stuff like that. And since, like, your body only needs a certain amount, okay? Let's say your body needs 5 serotonins, okay? Let me just break it down like that. Now, you're putting these pills into your body. Okay, you got your 5. So your body is not going to keep building the other 5 and give you 10. At first it will. But after a while, it realizes that it got too much, so it's going to stop building it. And then it's going to just take the 5 that you insert. And then when you don't insert and your body's not producing it anymore, now that's when you get into withdrawals. So you need the pill again. So you need the pill. And, it came to a point where everybody started getting, like I said, it's an epidemic. People started going crazy. People started getting caught for doctor shopping, having like 10 different doctors. This is before everything was electronic and all that crap. Before they were able to flag you and keep track of what you were doing. Doctors were getting caught for selling scripts. It even got so crazy that people were shooting up and robbing pharmacies and killing people at pharmacies for this stuff. So pill prices started going up. It became scarce. It was harder to find, and that's when heroin came into my life. And a lot of my friends told me, well, not just friends, just people in general. You could even Google this stuff. They would tell you, and I'm not telling you guys this so you go down this road. If anything, I'm trying to tell you this so you don't make this mistake. It's not worth it, man. Um, I'm just trying to give you my story so you guys could understand a little bit more and more. So when I tell you other things down the line, you guys will understand. But they would pretty much tell me, bro, what you're getting from the pharmacy is synthetic heroin, and this is heroin. It's pretty much the same thing. They're both opiate, opioid, whatever, same thing. They're both gonna make you feel how a painkiller is supposed to make you feel. And with heroin, you could never get pure heroin. If you were to inject pure heroin or take pure heroin, you will die. They need to cut it. It's too strong. You know, um, it's too strong. So, um, you would have to cut it. And a lot of people are cutting it with all sorts of, some people are cutting it with vitamin B, vitamin this, vitamin that. Some people are cutting it with freaking rat poison, with fentanyl nowadays, which is dropping people. Fentanyl is like a horse tranquilizer on a person. So, I mean, it's crazy. The point is, you never know what you're getting. But I was at the point where I didn't care. And at first I started just eating them, and after eating them wasn't enough, then I started crushing them and sniffing them. And then heroin, you have to sniff anyway because it's not a pill or anything, so you would have to sniff it. And then one day I thought to myself, not because I wasn't really getting high enough, I'm just an idiot. I thought, logically, like, this is not how heroin is supposed to be done. From what I know, heroin is supposed to be shot through a needle. So I was like, let me see what that's like. And I went to my boy's house. You know who you are if you ever see this video. Um, and I told him, yo, can you show me how to do it? And there's two types of ways that you could inject things, intravenous or intramuscular. Intramuscular, you could just hit anywhere. Boom. Doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything. You could just boom, 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 whatever, and you're good. Intravenous, you have to actually find the vein. You have to go in, and once the needle's set, you have to pull back. Once you see, you're in the vein, once you see the blood come back into the needle, and then you push the thing forward. It's really crazy. I became a phlebotomist. I missed so many times. Your skin would pop up to like here. You would have like little like balls, hard balls, and it's still getting in your system, but you're not getting high. You're getting mad. It just became crazier and crazier and crazier as it went on, and it never was enough. I could have 10 huge, I could have 10 bundles and not even have done one yet, and I'm still worrying about, oh my God, I'm gonna run out soon. Like, that's the craziness of it. It makes you so greedy. It makes you not yourself. Like, it's the worst thing, man. Like, but I just wanted to tell you, my drug of choice and how it went down that road. That's pretty much in a nutshell how it happened. It started off legit. I ended up liking it very, very much, and I went out of my way to go find it. And then I didn't realize how my body was getting addicted. Like they say, first you use the drug, then the drug uses you. Man, at that point, my life was ran by the drug. I'm totally disgusted with some of the things I've done. Um, I've done things I'm not proud of. I think like, wow, bro, what the hell were you thinking? But we'll get into some of those stories later on. I just wanted to let you know pretty much my story, and that was that for today. But moral of the story, man, don't do drugs, especially that drug. You don't know what you're getting. People are dying left and right. I've died from it. It's just not fun. It is not fun. You think it's fun. You always they have a thing called chasing the dragon. It's the first time you get high, that first time you get that euphoric feeling where you're on top of the world, and you always use trying to get that feeling again, but you're not going to get that feeling again. Even if you take a break and go back to it, you're not going to get that feeling again. In fact, if you take a break and go back to it, you have a higher chance of dying because your tolerance is not what it was. Um, so if I could just say anything, guys, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. You know, it's all fun and games, but this is real life, man. It's real life, and time goes by so quick. Can't believe I wasted 15 years on this stuff. About to be 16. I cannot believe it. Anyway, that's just a little bit more about my story. I will talk to you guys a little bit more. I'm gonna keep them coming. Try to keep it, rolling. If you guys want to donate, so I could upgrade the equipment, donate to the cause, so I could do this charity. The PayPal, it'll be in the information below. I want to thank you guys for all the love you've been showing me, and this one's for you guys, man. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, salute.